Hey, Cruise fam, this is Cruising Chris M. I'm live, come to you live from the Celebrity Apex. I just wanted to jump on here to see how things are going. I don't think anybody else is going live at this time, so I just wanted to jump on here and try this out for the first time and get things going. I'll give it a few minutes, see if anybody can notice that I am live, and we will go from there. I'm currently sitting outside on deck 5 at Eating Cafe. They have a little sandwich shop here. Having a little coffee, a little yogurt, with breakfast, a little breakfast sandwich here. Wife's coming downstairs. She had a little bit later of a start. I did a little videotaping for my ship tour that I'm going to put out once I get off the ship and go home. Today is our last sea day. We are heading back to Port Canaveral today. So that's the kind of things we're doing. And speaking of the devil, here comes my lovely wife right now, and she is going to sit there. Nope, she's not going to sit over there because she doesn't want to face in the sun. So she is going to go sit on the other side and block the sun. So here I am live on Celebrity Apex. If anybody wants to come in, say hello. I know it's super early in the morning for you, so I want to see everybody come on in. Hopefully everyone's having a great day. This is our last sea day. Had a good time over in Grand Turks yesterday. We did a little bit of a tour, and we did that kind of stuff from there. So looks like we got a couple of comments coming in. Hey, Paul, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you coming in. I've been having a great time here on the Apex. You're going on the Apex next year. You're going to love the ship. There's plenty of things to do. The Eden Bar, Eden Cafe is great. I think the Eden Cafe is a nice little gym. They do offer free breakfast here in the mornings, free lunches on sea days, in addition to the Ocean View Cafe and everything. So it's going to be a great time. I think the shows are top quality. The staff will definitely go out of their way to take care of you. I think you're going to have a fabulous time. Fair. It's going to be your second celebrity cruise. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Chillaxin, appreciate you stopping in today. How you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. I'm just trying. This is my first live, so I appreciate you guys coming in. I really do. So I'm here on deck 5 outside of Eden Cafe. So did I do any specialty restaurants? I have not done any specialty restaurants. We basically stayed with the main dining room. And the thing that I like about Celebrity is on this class ship, they do have 4 different main dining rooms, and each one does have a different personality. Now, they do have different features, but you can stay in one dining room and then order something from any of the different dining rooms. So they're real nice. But I do know they have a steakhouse here. They have a Ron 5. They do have a bistro and some other different restaurants. Depending on what class fare you have, they have Blue, which I think is for Aqua class on up. So those are some different things that they have here on ship for you. But the Apex is a very beautiful ship. I'm surprised. One of the things I thought that, once the ship got going, that they would close down the Magic Carpet. The Magic Carpet's open. Nice little bar to sit out at and watch the time go by. Very comfortable, nice and relaxing up there. You can go out on the Sunset Bar. Beautiful place to watch the sunrise and the sunset. Beautiful aft views of the ship. So yeah, that's really awesome. Really, really awesome. Yes, getting you to order from the different dining rooms is an amazing. They really don't do a whole lot of theme nights. The one thing that they do on Celebrity is that they have what's called a Shine the Night or a Sparkle Night, and that is on the second dress up or dress to impress night. They have that. They have a Shine the Night party. It usually starts around 10 o'clock. They moved ours inside because it was pretty breezy last night. So that's where they have a bar for the DJ setup and everything, and just a nice little dance party. They do a battle of the DJs with a silent disco. They've had karaoke the past few nights. Done that. Last night they had a guest entertainer with a country singer. Did a couple shows. He was very good. Did a lot of old time country. the other night. They had a guest performer in there, did a lot of her stuff. She tours as like Dolly Parton and does things like that. We've seen 2 stage productions so far. They've got their 3rd stage production tonight. The wife and I plan on going to see that. In Eden, they do have several different performances here where they do kind of like gymnastics, kind of Cirque du Soleil kind of things. So it's really interesting kind of thing. So I think it'd be a very good experience for anybody to try. A lot of people, think of Celebrity, they think it's a more upscale cruise, which it is, um, but it's not that much upscale. I mean, I am definitely not an upscale kind of person. Uh, I'm about as down home, country bumpkin, redneck as you want to be with anybody else. So, uh, you'll run into some people that are like that. I've only had one experience out of the 4 celebrity cruise or 3 celebrity cruises I've been on. That just happened last night where somebody was drinking some wine. I said hi to him, stuff like that. And, I said, I asked him about the wine. He goes, and then he asked me what I was drinking. I said, I was drinking bourbon. He goes, you shouldn't be drinking bourbon in that ship. You should have wine. I was like, no, I drink bourbon and that's what I drink is redneck and, kind of, a little hoity toity that way. But, beyond that, that's, how it is. So I just kind of, went on about my business but the bar staff is great. Um, I've gone to different places and somehow I've got a reputation that pretty much most all the bar staff that I go to knows my name. And just like last night, I rolled into the karaoke and as soon as I got myself sat down and parked, I had a drink in my hand. I didn't even order one and it was the right drink. So, um, I guess my reputation precedes me. Yeah. Celebrity Reflection, a 3-day is a different vibe than what this one is. My wife and I did a 4-day on the Reflection before, and it was a very nice cruise, but it's definitely a different vibe. Um, the Reflection's a beautiful ship. It's a little bit smaller of a ship than this one. The shows are just as good. The food is just as good. Service is just as spectacular, and they really do take care of you. The Apex will be a 7-day, so yeah, that'll be a great cruise for you to get on, Paul. I think you're gonna have a blast. Yeah, for sure. So, Chillaxin, what cruise lines have you sailed on so far? And let's see, what else do we got going on? Tomorrow, I am going to stop by Chase Us Around Town on their channel because they do sailaways from Port Canaveral, and because the wife and I are not going to be traveling back until Sunday, so we are going to hopefully stop by them. And if they have good weather, we're going to stay around there and stop by their channel tomorrow and visit with them. Of course, before we got on this ship here, we did get a chance to meet with Armstrong Adventures, Bill, and Coach Cruz, Brad. Had breakfast with them, and of course, Bridget, Brad's girlfriend. And it was a great time to sit down and eat breakfast, break bread with them. Just get to talk to the people and actually just meet them in person. Whatever you see online, I think they are 10 times more personable in real life than what we ever see um, in person too. Oh, you've got a great lineup there, Chillaxin. So Carnival, Disney, Norwegian, and then Carnival. Yeah, Disney is on our bucket list. We just haven't had any book yet. We've been on MSC ourselves. We've been on uh, Celebrity. We've been on Royal Caribbean, Princess, uh, and then in a couple of weeks I'm going to go on NCL. And then we're going to go on Princess again, and then this summer we're going to actually try Holland America again. Holland America for the first time this year. Celebrity, my favorite cruise line. I wouldn't say they're my favorite, but they're definitely in my top 2. I think Royal Caribbean, I still think takes the cake because I just started on the Royal Caribbean. That's got a special affinity in my heart. But Celebrity is definitely up there with being in the top cruise lines that I would choose. So between Royal Caribbean and Celebrity, it'd be a hard choice. It basically come down to itinerary, stuff like that. So it's where I come in. Hey, Nikki, good morning. Appreciate you stopping by today. This is my very first live, so I'm really looking, learning, and trying to do different things. So I do appreciate you coming in. Yes, thank goodness it's Friday, but unfortunately, Friday for me means it's our last fee day, and we're heading back to Port Canaveral. So, um, it's a shame. I've got to pack up the room tonight and clear off my door, and get ready to go back to the real world, I guess you could say. But I do have a cruise coming up pretty quickly, so appreciate you sharing out your channel. Make sure everybody check out Paul, and make sure you check out Mickey's channel too. So show them some love. Appreciate you guys coming by. So I do appreciate all that. Yeah, saddest day for any cruiser for sure. Yeah, I think somebody put that as a poll question. What's the worst part of any cruise? A lot of people are putting embarkation day, which is very true. That's the saddest part of a cruise, or worst part of a cruise. But just packing up the room is just as bad. I mean, it's just like, yeah, it's kind of like the final thing for the cruise and stuff like that. But yeah, we are getting kicked off and stuff like that. And I've had a couple of crew members say, "Oh, you can stay on." I was like, "Yeah, but security might disagree with me with that." But I've had a couple of great experiences here. Because like I said, the staff will do what they can to make sure that you have a tremendous experience. One prime example: I am in a mobility scooter, and they do not offer a behind the scenes accessible tour. Well, being a ship nerd like I am, I would really have liked to have seen the bridge. So I went down to the concierge office because I am in a concierge class cabin. And I said, "Is there any way that I'd be able to just do a bridge tour?" And I said, I don't need to see anything else. I just want to go see the bridge and maybe see how it looks and stuff like that. He goes, "Well, let me look at it. I can't promise you anything, and we'll give you a call back there pretty soon." Well, needless to say, about an hour later, I got a call back, said, "Mr. Moss, we've got it arranged for you. You're going to be down here at such and such a time. You're going to join this tour. You're going to see the bridge, and then you're just going to pop off of it." So you know, they really do things for you here, and it's really nice. Don't have a cruise until the end of April. But that's the thing, Paul. You've got something to look forward to, and that's the best thing about a cruise. Countdown to it, and then the next best thing is when you're actually stepping on that gangway to get on that ship. So that is an amazing thing to happen. That's cruise until July, but you know what, Mickey? It will be here before you know it. You just got to keep the faith, brother, and you're going to get there. My brother and sister, you're going to get there. So, Mickey, you will get there very, very quickly, and you will have a great, great time, I'm sure. So you will get there, my sister. You definitely will get there. But yeah, this cruise has been amazing. I've met a lot of great people. We did a shot glass exchange that I helped organize. On the very first day, we had about 50 participants all over the world came down and participated in it. And I think that's a great way to do an icebreaker, just to get to know people. And ever since then, we've had people coming up and say hi. It's a great thing to do. And a lot of people have never done anything like that before, so they really want to do it. And it's really simple to do. So it's just like a gift exchange to do on the first day. And I like to do it before it's sail away, so that way you get it done. And it's a good way to put names to faces because you meet all these people on Facebook in a Facebook group, and it really gets it going. So, hey, Blaine in here now. So, all right. Well, I've been on here for about 14 minutes, and I do appreciate you guys stopping by. Hey, Lee, how you doing? Appreciate you stopping in. How are things going for you over there across the pond? Appreciate you stopping in. This is my very first live I've ever done by myself. So it's kind of scary, but I figured I need to break the ice somehow. And I figured what better way to do it than to jump on a ship and try to get it done. So appreciate you coming in. And, I do look forward to doing this many, many more times. And, and I've got some tremendous mentors, including you, Paul, and Carnival Cruise Addicts, Cruise Life TV, Coach Cruise, Warmstrong. I mean, all of y'all have been giving me tremendous advice, tremendous input. helping me how to grow my channel. Jeremy and everybody. So yeah, you guys are, and Eddie Lugo, of course. So, and Scott at Controversial Cruising. I mean, I can't, if I'd left anybody out, trust me, it's not on purpose. I mean, y'all do great. Chillaxing, and I do appreciate everybody stopping by because I see a lot of the same names come through. And I do truly, truly appreciate it. It does warm my heart that you guys took time out of your day to come by and see me over here. So, well, I am going to get going for now. I do appreciate you guys coming by. You all have a fabulous Friday, fabulous weekend. I'm going to try to jump on some lives this weekend. Hopefully, I'll be able to get on live tomorrow night with the usual suspects. So go ahead and stop on by there Saturday night. We'll be live from Orlando doing that. So you all have a great evening and a great day, and I will talk to you all later. Thank you for stopping by. You all have a great day.